Good day, guys. How are you doing? A Twitter recap. Yes, indeed. We need to see what the lovely people on the internet, that is in this case Twitter or X, has been showing for the past 15 hours here. As always, guys, I'm just trying to show you what I see from the people that I follow on this lovely platform. When it comes to charting, purely, more or less, 99 point something is only technicals. Just to show you what I think makes sense. If a chart looks good, I will post it and give you my personal opinion on it as well. So yeah, guys, follow me on YouTube, on Twitter, and on the Substack if you want to see more, or to support my work. My good man Kevin here from North Star, again, one of the first guys, I think top 5, top 10 of the guys that I started to follow back in 2020-ish. Overall, a really cool guy and really good at technical trading or investing, especially the long-term stuff. He's not looking into the 1 hourly or the 4 hourly. It's mostly on the weekly, on the monthly time frames, just to give the overall broad picture of where things are going, in his opinion. In this case here, he's talking about silver. Don't underestimate its potential in this setup. Beautiful. Again, many people have seen it before, but I want to iterate here that silver, this 45 to 50 year cup and handle in the making. We are currently carving out the handle here. And again, when we trigger 50, that's where also you will see this big measured move from the bottom of the cup to the height. And on a nominal scale, you'll get to roughly 100. So that is personally my bear case for silver. It will be a big move, yes, but I will also be kind of disappointing. If you do it on a log scale, you are north of 500. And I think that's somewhat likely. If you look at gold, where I think gold will be in 5 years, roughly, again, difficult to say, but 6K, 8K, 10K maybe even, and a gold to silver ratio at least 20 to 1. So at that point in time, you're getting $300, $400, $500 silver. And people, yeah, they will laugh now, but again, I still think the probabilities are definitely in that camp. Again, timing wise, and if you hit, and the level wise is always difficult, but I'm very confident that within years, silver will be in the triple digit and perform really well. Excuse me. The only thing that's putting a lid on it now is obviously the paper trading. There is, I think it was it Keith Neumeyer who said that on a daily basis, the COMEX is trading, more than the annually supply of physical silver. They are trading in paper every day. It works until it doesn't, and when it doesn't, it will be, one heck of a move. And you can already see the cracks here ever since we broke 26. Oh, by the way, we have to get going here. We have a lot of charts, but just again, silver. The overall idea for silver, I agree with. You can see the MACD here on the 3 monthly. Whenever it turned positive, silver ripped. So whenever we are getting in positive territory, we are going in for a big move. And we just started there in April 2021 with the breakout in 2024. Looks good. Silver looks really good. TrendSpider here with SOXX. The sky is falling. The holdings is Nvidia, AMD, QCOM and AVGO. You can clearly see here we're looking. This is not a long term chart. It's a 2 month time frame here, but again, we are clearly breaking down from this rising wedge here below the 50 moving average. Again, with volume on these down candles here, so definitely correction mode for the big names of the big indices also. Again, trader here. A new guy, I mentioned this before, this is a new guy that I follow. He's posting a lot of charts, very simple, and that's not a bad thing, by the way. Very simple setups, really cool. A lot similar to what I do and how I do this. So again, I would recommend you following this guy. really cool guy. Again, this is LEU, so we are talking about Centrus Energy in the uranium space. We are talking about a 2.5 year worth of pinch coming in here. And yeah, we continue to trade within the large symmetrical triangle, and we are approaching the apex, as you can see. In my opinion, getting above, 50, depending on how you draw there, 52, 53, I think the number is, that's game on. Big time for this stock here. Again, getting below, obviously, these lows here, roughly a tad below 40. That's not the most ideal setup. But again, we have, this one came from March 2020, massive move up sideways. So again, the probabilities are that like 70-80% is that we're going higher, given the momentum and the correction, and then we're going in the same direction. Stoic Silver Bear here, a lot of text here, you can go and check it out yourself. This is on the weekly, so this is the silver juniors divided by silver. Again, also a ratio that I follow very, very closely. And if I remember correctly here, on a log scale, we are breaking out as we speak here, very early. So depending on this monthly close here, we could be breaking out of I think it's a multi-year long trend line. Anyways, short term here, well, not short term, but on the weekly here, you can see clear resistance above there, the floors here, bigger wedge coming there, and again you can see that if we clear this blue trend line here, this whole downtrend and sideways action should lead to a move to the upside, where you have the miners outperform silver. Cool. Andy here from Finding Value Finance, URNM plus URNJ. Not the strongest looking weekly charts at the moment. I agree, definitely. The last week of trading in uranium was really surprising that we saw that much downturn, especially Wednesday, where the entire markets really got kicked in the teeth. That drawdown uranium and basically all this good stuff that we saw the week before, by taking out, if you zoom in here, you have a clear range. We broke out heavily, and then we started to come in pretty hard here this week. So this is not ideal for uranium. Again, if this continues, we could be looking at 6 months, worth of drawdown and then going higher, because I think we're going higher long term, but this will be a detour that will be a bit painful. I'm not gonna lie here. Winston here. This is a very important chart, by the way, and that's also why I'm hugely bullish still on gold and silver miners, gold and silver and uranium miners, because the correlation here between, if you invert this and you get the silver to gold ratio, you can actually see that the mining sector is tracking the silver to gold ratio. And this seems like we have broken down, retesting, we should roll over again. From a probability point of view, we should start to roll over, and we will probably get down to roughly 60, 62, which is a massive neckline at that point in time. So that will boost the mining sector. You're talking copper, gold, silver, uranium, iron. I guess every single metal that there is will be benefiting from that. Stoic Bear, this is kind of the same thing again here. Former major support, backtest was his worst case. So we're getting the breakdown again, the backtesting. We should start to roll over in this ratio, and that's when the fun begins. People are very, very bearish on the mining sector right now in general, even though we have had some big breakouts. Like 2 months, 3 months ago, we had some big breakouts, massive moves. We have come down a bit here. It's still early. Who thinks it's like this? He's talking about the XLE divided by the SPY. So lovely bottoming pattern here in 2020. Again, inverted head and shoulders. Target is roughly up here. Ever since we have formed this sideways to down bullish continuation pattern here. So if and when we break, again, XLE, which is the overall energy sector, oil and gas, is outperforming the SPY. And again, that should help uranium, that should help gas, coal, all that good stuff. So a very important ratio to follow, in my opinion. Dollar trader here again with the URA. Yes, I believe URA still looks promising for the long term. Yeah, I agree. We are currently consolidating within a high base rectangle pattern with the base holding strong without breaking to the downside. As long as we stay above the zigzag pattern continues to see a series of high lows, the chart maintains its bullish outlook and shows no signs of bearishness. I agree, this is the trend line that has major significance. So yeah, as long as it holds here, you can also see that that was the huge 18-month worth of sideways consolidation, and we broke triangle highs. Always really difficult to break on the long time frames. You can see we're trying to pierce, false breakout here. So this is a cup and handle. I completely agree until proven otherwise. The level to watch if we get below is basically these lows here and the upsloping trend line here. So we are talking roughly 26 and change. Getting below there, things will have to be reconsidered, at least in the 6 month to 9 month time frame. The crypto sniper here, Francis Hunt, also a guy, again, one of the first guys, actually the guy who got me into technical trading when I first started to invest. I found him on YouTube, and I saw every video of his work that were free, and for some reason what he said made sense, and yeah, definitely worth a follow, both the crypto sniper but also the market sniper and the reset sniper if you are into that as well. So this is Dogecoin divided by Bitcoin. You can see massive outperformance there in 2021. Obviously, the alts in a bull market is doing better than the main component, in this case, Bitcoin. Very well defined. You can see here consolidation, bull flag, call it whatever, but this has a good outlook, and we could be in for a big move in Dogecoin compared to Bitcoin, and usually that is within an overall bull market, usually, because you cannot have, in my opinion, you cannot have a small coin, well, not a small coin, but again, a coin with no significance, in my opinion, at all. There's only a few that has some sort of value, but if they outperform Bitcoin, it will not be when Bitcoin is dropping and Dogecoin is dropping less. Trader here again with coffee here. Again, coffee here looks stupidly bullish across, looking back here again. Coffee is also about to break, like I think, a 40-year resistance here. I can't remember the exact levels, but if you zoom out on a log scale, you can find it. But again, major breakout here, falling wedge into retest. This has every component to a resumption to the upside. The breakout, the bull flagging into retest, beautiful textbook. I love that. And coffee, yeah, going higher. Again, we could see the upper end of the channel here, roughly, depending on when we get there, 280 on coffee. North Star again. Uranium, glory or bust. We likely to have an answer within the next 4 to 5 months. Patience is required. So again, here this is Cameco, the big name. By the way, people are complaining obviously that uranium hasn't done very well lately, but the big names, the Spot, Cameco, NextGen, also UEC to some point, even though it has pulled back quite a bit, has actually performed really well. And the setup here to enter again in late 2020 was just perfect for Cameco, was perfect for the entire uranium sector actually. All-time highs is always difficult to break. If you look at it on the, this is the New York. If you look at it on the Canada, we are actually above all-time high, but that's a currency issue. So yeah, people are very bearish, but look at Cameco, basically at all-time highs, more or less, within like 15% or so. Great here. We're talking gold in this case and silver. That's a purple dashed line breakout so far. Again, pretty early. We have come off pretty far, but anyways, what he's pointing to is the HUI, which is the gold miner's 10-year chart in this case. Beautiful parallel, the blue, falling here, breakout, retest, mega rally. Again here, broadening structure, touch the lower tag, pull back, breaking out. So for now, the HUI is actually looking pretty darn good. I do a little bit of a warning. We have come, a bit far, but again, you can't see when they move. They usually they don't stop. Yes, we have the March 2020 madness here, but again, usually they tend to run quite far when they break. Blake soon disgusted with myself for saying this, but I'll take a stab at comments in my long-term portfolio this week. Will be a lighter sized position and will to risk until a weekly close below 55, which is 6% from current levels. Again, this is on a nominal scale. I would love to see this on a log scale. I would do this afterwards. But anyway, again, very simple stuff, and that's why I follow Blake basically. He's a really cool trader from what I can see, doing insanely well, and his setups and his method from what I can see, really simple, nothing fancy, no indicators, no nothing, just pure price, support, resistance, breakout. It's really cool. Again, here, very simple here. Seems like if we have the break here, basically getting above 65, whatever it is, 63, that we have a major yearly bottom in place here, and his stop loss is below 55, which is a tad below the previous spike here, below there. So again, overall, simple stuff. Again, it's all probabilities. Could he be wrong? Absolutely. But also we are at the lows in 2020. But again, he knows his risk. He has his targets. I assume the target could be the triangle high at 75. Again, I don't know, but that would be an optimal, maybe to exit. So low risk, high reward there. Good risk reward ratio. You play the numbers. You do it over and over again, and you win. North Star here with just wanna 4 cup and handle patterns, all different instruments, crypto, metal, tech, and oil. One is a 5-day long, one is 5 month, one is 3 year, and one is 13 years. They play out on all time frames from minutes to decades. Just to show again, cup and handle patterns, various patterns. It doesn't have to be cup and handle. It can be whatever. The fractals that you see happens across the board, different time frames, different sectors. You can be talking decades, multi-decade. You can be talking on the 5-minute chart. The patterns, the human psychology, the trading is the same across the board. You can clearly see in this case he's pointing out cup and handles, again different time frames. The same thing, the same output really. So again, this is what you need to identify. If you have a setup, in this case the cup and handle, you are going to master this setup and you trade it and you do this over and over again and you will be perfect. Again, it doesn't have to be a cup and handle, but it could be anything, any time frame, any instrument, as long as you have proven that your setup is working. That is all, guys. A long video for a Twitter recap. Don't forget to follow me, guys, on Twitter, YouTube, and Substack. Have an amazing weekend. Excuse me, it's Monday. It is Monday, so have an amazing week, and we will see what brings. Personally, I'm really interested to see if what happens in uranium this week. It was a nasty week last week, but again, we shall see. Have an amazing day, guys. Cheers. Bye.